Happy Thursday night, all you fine folks out there in Facebook and YouTube land. You are tuned in to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. It's Thursday night. It's April the 13th, 2023, and we want to welcome you into our show live and in color tonight as we celebrate this month our 3-year anniversary on the air with Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. If you don't mind, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, do us a great big favor. Reach over and hit the like button and hit the share button so that our broadcast is shared on your page and gets our message out to an even larger audience. Again, we welcome you tonight. I don't know if you're riding, if you're walking, if you're riding a boat, a motorcycle, an airplane, or if you're sitting in the comfort of your own home. We want to say thank you for inviting us in and spending your Thursday evening with Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Got an hour jam-packed full of all kind of stuff for you tonight. Don't know what all we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing, but we're glad you joined us tonight. We're coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen, from our studios in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for us to operate. We're coming to you live in all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. We give a great big salute to all of our friends and viewers up in Baker County, Georgia. And if for some reason you happen to miss us and want to catch us next week, if you miss us on our show and want to catch us live on, or not live, but recorded on syndicated television next week, this is a real big deal for Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports.
Come on, brother.
We are going to be on network television, and we will be following a program we have never followed before. This is history in the making on our 3-year anniversary. On Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, we will be immediately following the New York Attorney General Bragg as he defends his world title as the National Chitlin Eating Champion.
Salute.
I bet you he could eat one. I bet you he could eat one from here to Highway 27.
Well, last year he won and he ate 16 and a half pounds of chitlins.
And I don't believe none of them was cleaned out.
No, it's obvious. Yeah.
He's full of it, that's for sure.
Well, guys, we listen to me, guys. We are, and listen, brand new big screen, and I couldn't. No Queasel and Florida are not going to be happy with this. We are on a 27-inch television that is powered by solar power tonight.
All right, yay!
27-inch television is powered by solar, and we are at Al and Jesse's. Race right strategies, bullhorn lessons, ordained minister tax deduction tricks and baptism techniques, and how to get a job on a major news network without having knowledge of anything in Chicago, Illinois, and New York.
All right.
Man, yeah, that's a big hit with them up there at Martha's Vineyard.
Now, wait a minute.
That one. They'll watch us. They'll have to watch us if we follow them directly. Immediately follow them because they'll be tuned into them on Martha's Vineyard.
Let me do this real out of the bat, Charlie. We had one of our viewers is from Dawsonville, Georgia. He sent this in last night to Queasel and myself. He was up in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Said it was not far from Martha's Vineyard, and here is what he sent us. It is a store called the Common Sense Store.
It ain't Martha's Vineyard, though.
Well, he said there wasn't a customer in it.
Yeah. He's the only customer. Yeah, he's the only one that's in it.
There wasn't a customer in it.
Yeah, he was the only customer. He's from Dawsonville, Georgia. There was nobody else in the store, and it's very near Martha's Vineyard. So, give a big shout out to our viewer up in Dawsonville, Georgia. We appreciate all of our viewers sending in pictures to us and watching all over the great United States of America. Charlie, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Well, wait a minute. It's a crying shame when you have to sell common sense, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's
just for sale. Yeah.
I,
Well, they
I
think
was,
you can buy everything else. They think you can buy everything. They think money's gonna solve
I
the weather.
reckon so.
You're gonna change the weather. Money gonna change the weather. Money gonna change the gender of people. So that's money
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, well, ask Bud Light how that's turning out for them.
That makes perfect sense for it to be where it is. Money can buy common sense. Yeah.
You know, I speaking of what Queasel just said, I saw something on Facebook. Old boy, local down there in Never County, I think. He said he must have been hacked on the Facebook account because Sunday he saw folks talking about the resurrection, and now all they're talking about is alcohol and four-letter words. Well, I wondered, I wonder why it disturbed it. It dawned on me he is a hardcore Democrat. So those things would, back to just a minute. By the way, let me say hello, fellow watching, childhood friend, went through school with him. Jim Mims, neighbor down the street from me in Enterprise, grew up with him. He lives in Prosper, Texas, boys, and he's watching this foolishness out in Prosper, Texas tonight. We want to welcome him and everybody else that's watching. Go back, Marvin. You said Al and whose operation we on to talk?
Al and Jesse.
Al and Jesse. That's what I thought. Well, Jesse must know something about baptism because I don't think Al does.
Well, they do. That's all they got to do is say they do. I think all they got to do is say they do.
It's amazing. I've never seen him do a baptism. I've never heard him preach a sermon while the Miss Perky Nubbs was over there on the pump organ. And I've never seen him. I've never seen him handing out turkeys to the underprivileged. I've never seen him running a vacation Bible school program or anything.
Have you ever seen him give an altar call?
No.
Come on, Al. Let's give us an altar call. If you're a reverend.
Well, now, whoa. Let me take up for Brother Al just a minute. I hate to do this, but I do believe several years ago he come over here to Dothan to help his half-brother nephew. I don't know if he's a half-nephew I know he's a half-brother. Brother-nephew give out turkeys at Thanksgiving, but I don't think I think it was more for just to help out the brother's image. And now he's in the penitentiary. So
Al, he's gone. Al cut him.
Yeah.
They ain't no longer useful to Al.
No.
Al is I was thinking the other day about different kind of people in the world. There's several kind of different people in the world, and you pretty much narrow them down to about three kinds of people in the world. And Al's going to fit into one of these categories. Y'all just figure out which one he's going to fit into. You got your well diggers. You got people that go in and dig a well and provide fresh water for people that ain't had no fresh water, who's having to dip water out of canals and streams with buckets and pans and pots and tote it on their head, no telling how far. Then you got this group of people that go in and they dig them a well, freshwater well, and it pumps all that good fresh water to them. It saves their life. It reinvigorates them. They can irrigate their crops. They can provide water for their family, fresh water, without worrying about disease. Well diggers who, when they get through, they leave and they go back home, not expecting nothing. Well diggers. Now, I'm metaphorically speaking here, if you will. Then you have your well the well poachers, if you will. Well poachers who sit back and smoke weed and listen to music while the folks is digging the well, sitting back. And then when the folks is gone, they could have helped, with the pipe and the casing and all that could have helped. Them folks is gone. Then they come up back and they help themselves to all the water they want. They get all the water they can drink. They don't take none home to the grandma or to their family or nothing like that, but they just suck up all the water. And they know that well going to be there for a while. There's going to be more water there so they can come back. that can come back. That's a whale poachers. And then here's the other group of people that I think Al may fit into. You have your other group of people who are your whale poisoners.
Amen.
Whale poisoners for no reason that's going to benefit them or anybody else. They're going to go to that well that's providing water for all those people that needed water, for all those people that wanted water and had to have it and could use it for the betterment of their life. They're going to go to that well and they're going to pour in a 5-gallon bucket of DDT. So that's just kind of my sermon for the night to get us off on that foot about them 3 different kind of people. Your well diggers, your well poachers, and your well poisoners. We all fit in that category somewhere. If you think about it.
That's a good 3-point sermon right there. That's 3 points.
You're welcome to use it anytime you want to. You're welcome to use it. But be a well digger.
Let me listen to this. This is the real story I heard today. Goes right hand in hand with you. A man told me 50 years ago in El Dorinda, Georgia, Mr. Thomas Franklin had a well drilling truck, and there was a man that lived in El Dorinda, Georgia, had run out of water, didn't have a well, wanted to go borrow or rent the well digging truck. And Mr. Franklin asked him, said, what's wrong? He said, well, I don't have any water. He said, you ain't got no water. He shut his whole farming operation down, told them, boys, we ain't gonna quail hunt, we ain't gonna do nothing. This man's out of water. They took the truck over and dug the man a well for nothing.
And left with that. And he was one of them Las Vegas Franklins, if you will.
Yep.
Las Vegas. He's from El Dorado, but he went to Las Vegas, him and his brother, and got very wealthy. He is a well digger. That's an example, a prime example of what a well digger is. So you can do it. You can be either one. There's three categories you can put yourself in now, and just go ahead and pigeonhole yourself, whichever one of them you want to be in. But our friend Al, in my opinion, he's on that last one I talked about there with the DDT. He's got the bucket of DDT.
Yeah, but he's not the only one. There's a ton.
He ain't the only one. Oh no, all of his cronies, all the people that support him, all the people that back him up, they right in there with him.
Floyd, there's one more group in that.
Go ahead.
There's the well wishers. They wish they had a well, but they're too sorry to get out there and dig them one. That's exactly.
You're right.
We full of them. They are entitled to have a well, and they're gonna wait till somebody comes and digs it for them because those are the well wishers.
Yeah, we wish for a well.
We wish we had a well,
but we ain't gonna do nothing about trying to get one.
We ain't gonna do nothing about it. No,
we ain't gonna do nothing about that. You owe us a well. You owe us a well.
You owe us. You just said it. You owe us.
Anybody out there want to disagree with us? Go ahead and call Marvin. He'll put you on speakerphone. I'll talk to you. Anybody else talk to you if you disagree with all that. So tell us where you stand. Go ahead and tell us what category you fit in, if you will.
And if any of our viewers out there in Martha's Vineyard want to call, we will take your call. We'll give you airtime. If you're from Martha's Vineyard.
Tell us how wrong we are.
And they got an advantage over us. We ain't got no common sense store.
We
ain't got one. Yeah, they got an advantage on us.
They can sell it by the sackful.
Matter
of fact, I can't think of nothing that I know that would make me any more happy than somebody from Martha's Vineyard call us up and talk to us.
That'd be great.
Hey, we invite it. We invite it. You call us. I promise you, we'll give you all the airtime you want. We will let you tell us how wrong we are and try to prove us that we're that wrong.
How right you are. Yeah, and how smart Joe Biden is. Tell us how smart Joe Biden is.
We got about as much chance of Marvin getting struck by that lightning bolt beside him as we do somebody from Martha's Vineyard calling us.
That's a nice picture. Kenneth Spooner sent that to me. He took that this morning on his dash cam in Theodore, Alabama. Alabama. Look right here at one he took at the beach. I think this was on Easter Sunday. Look right there. Oh, the ocean. What a beautiful, beautiful rain. Floyd, who did you say? Melissa Tillery. Did she do this pic? No, Rhonda.
Miss Rhonda Jarvis Pate.
Rhonda Pate sent that.
Baker County, originally from Baker County, Georgia. If you put that on the internet, and I got it off of there. But now, is that a picture or not? Now, that's a Baker County sunset right there.
Yeah. There's two Charlie had this past week, too. Look at that red sky.
Oh man, look at that. Tell me about it.
Yeah,
Y'all come on, tell
Yes,
us there
sir.
ain't no God. Y'all tell us there ain't no God out there.
I'm telling you.
You can only see that on the dirt road, boys. You
Uh-huh.
just don't see that everywhere.
You ain't gonna see that.
You
Oh,
know.
you're not gonna see that in Chicago.
This is
Woo!
a Larry Funderburk special right here. Larry,
Good man
Ooh.
alive.
those are Harry Warren brim.
They
Harry.
down at the beach. That's where they are.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all
What
piled
is
up
that?
down.
Is
They
that
all piled up down there.
up at the top right, up at the top left hand corner as I'm looking at that ginger ale in that Dixie cup?
Yeah, that's
It
ginger.
would be if I was down there, what it'd be. I'd have some eyes in mine if I was. It'd be by that color. I'd have some eyes in it.
Floyd needs to rattle that eye.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that'll regulate your mind.
You remember that ice will kill you, won't it? That what didn't you?
That's the most dangerous thing you can put in your body. That's what the thing said. It was ice.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
He was coming to me not long ago and told me he remembered that.
Yeah, he
Your
did.
story there about- He said, "You know
yeah.
what? The most dangerous thing in the dangerous thing in the world that you can put in your body." I said, "Yeah, ice." He said, "That's." He said, "That's what your buddy Queasel said." I said, "He's 100% right." The worstest thing you put in your body is ice. Lord, y'all getting the rain over there? Anybody getting any rain anywhere?
Yeah,
We got a sprinkle this morning. It didn't last but about 5 minutes.
That's all we had. We had
And
a 10th, maybe 1/10. So we got him.
we can get that.
We might have had 6 drops.
if y'all are watching, wherever you're watching, if you had some rain today, shoot us a message on here. Let us know how much rain you had. We're at. We're curious to know. I know over in central Georgia, up around Tifton, Dooley County, and there they had some tornado warnings this afternoon. I think it kind of shifted a little bit east of us. Queasel, don't you think so?
Yeah, it was worse weather where I was supposed to go than it was where I stayed at. That's exactly what it was. It was storming over there about sure enough storming about 6 o'clock. So they said. So
I got some of my neighbors over here, young neighbors. They from over around Jeff Davis County and Douglas, Georgia. I wonder. I ain't heard no report from them about none of they folks over there with the bad weather. But it was just broadcast everywhere, man. We're gonna have to hunker down. We're gonna go call out the National Guard and everything. Weather's gonna be so bad. Schools closing, banks closing, everything was gonna close. Ain't the sunshine all day.
Well, I will tell you, Chris Vick put up there, or I think put up there, Fort Lauderdale, 26 inches of rain yesterday in one city.
Yeah, they wading water down there in Fort Lauderdale.
26 inches.
That's a lot of rain.
They said it's 1,000-year event. I heard that on the news tonight. They called it 1,000.
Now,
that would only occur once.
How'd they go back that far?
Who's old enough to remember what happened 1,000 years ago? That's the question I got.
Look at him.
What would that be? 1,025. They don't know how much it rained in Fort Lauderdale 1,000 years ago. Columbus hadn't even come across the ocean yet.
You don't think the Weather Channel's got records going back that far?
Yeah, they said they did.
Yeah, they named it. They named it. It was a weather event. They named it.
The only thing you can be assured of with the Weather Channel is this: if Jim Cantore comes to your town, you better hold on to your rear end because you could get blown away.
He gonna do his best to be in the bullseye, ain't he?
He gonna
You
be there.
dead
He
gum
gonna
right.
be there. He gonna make a scene now.
Do y'all remember watching the deal that happened with that idiot Dan Rather? And I forgot which storm it was coming in at Panama City, and CBS sent Dan Rather down there. And the shot I remember is poor old Dan hugging not a tree but a telephone pole to keep from getting blown away.
Surely done. Lord have mercy, no. Now you think they can't dramatize anything? They can dramatize. They can dramatize a turtle crossing the road.
Do y'all remember the one they had on the Weather Channel? It ain't been too awful long ago. I don't forget how long ago it's been. They was up there and they was bracing, holding on to stuff, and the wind was blowing them and the rain was blowing, and then some man and woman walked by holding hands.
Whoa.
You remember?
They walking by. Yeah, had the moody shorts on. They walking by.
Yeah,
Uh,
way back. I know.
yeah.
Them helmets. Now they make them wear them helmets. I reckon.
Yeah.
That wasn't good for business. That was not good for business that
That's
night.
right. You don't believe nothing you see on television other than us.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only
That's
thing
true.
y'all can believe on TV for real is us.
Yeah, TV has got so bad over here, boy. If you watch Channel 4 for news, all you see is promos about news. Hell, ain't nobody buying many commercials on there. It's just promos about we got news at 5, 5:30, 6:30, 10. And then if you watch Channel 18, they ain't got no promos much. They're running. They are Floyd. You need to get your antenna fixed where you can
Yeah.
tune into the great Channel 18 Next Star
Uh-huh.
because the main commercials they have is your buddy with My Pillow 2.0.
Yeah, the Egyptian cotton guy.
Oh, hey,
He
speaking
ain't
of
got a
commercials,
lick of sense.
Charlie, tell them a little bit about our buddy at Outlaws.
Let me tell you something. You want some good barbecue? I'm talking about barbecue you can put up against anything you've ever had before. Check them out. Check them out on Facebook. They'll let you know where they are each weekend and maybe during the week make an appearance at different places where they'll be set up. And it's worth your time and it's worth your gas money to go to where they are and have some of the finest barbecue and fixings to go along with it. I'm going to brag one more time about the coleslaw. I have never in my life had any better coleslaw, and I'm a pretty good coleslaw connoisseur. They'll be opening soon, the old Kmart shopping center in Bainbridge, Georgia. But between now and then, check them out on Facebook and see where they might be this weekend. I meant to look before we went on the air to see if there's a place coming up this weekend. Of course, everybody was busy doing things for Easter weekend, but check them out. They are some of the finest folks you'll ever be around and got some of the finest food you'll ever put in your mouth, especially those ribs. They are delicious. Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue at a location near you.
Please
Check it
tell
out
them
on
about our
Facebook.
friends there.
There he is. There he is, the home of any kind of part you might need, be it farming, be it in your regular vehicle, tractors, semis. If it's got wheels on it or tracks on it, and it rolls and it needs an automotive or any kind of motor diesel part, they got it. Now they ain't too hooked up on the electric and the extension cords yet for these Joe Biden vehicles, but they got everything that you need for anything other than a Joe Biden vehicle. But they got all the different kind of major brands of oil you want. They got anything you need in that line. They got any kind of fluids. They got hydraulic fluid for all your farm needs. They got all kind of car waxes and washes and cleaning. Anything you need for your automotive, they got it. They got the world-renowned rabbit pellet grills that comes in
Hey,
all different flavors of rabbit pellets. And they got four different, you can see four different flavors of rabbit pellets down there that they got and to go in the rabbit pellet grills. And there on that top picture is one of those Green Mountain rabbit pellet grills. Let me tell you something. Put your food in there, shut the door, and forget about it. You can put your 2 or 3 slabs of ribs in there, set that thing on about 200 degrees, let it get to a good smoke, and then walk away for about 5 hours and come back. And let me tell you something, you got something that's fitting to eat. And then if you want to walk next door, they almost got the holstered 9 ready for the guns. Any kind of gun you might want, any kind of ammo you might want, they got it. They're going to be offering gun repair. They got anything you need to protect yourself and to protect your family. And let me tell you something, the world we live in now, you need something to protect you because now right here at home in Miller County, And I guess over in Charlie where you live, we got a good law enforcement down this way. They'll protect us. But there's so many places in the United States that if you get protected, you better protect yourself. So anything you need in that line of any kind of gun, ammunition, they got it. And if you just need some flat out good uh, advice on whatever the subject is, Johnny's got that. Go see him and Key at Phillips Auto Part in the Holster 9, 27 South in Colquitt, Georgia. Give him a call. Tell him you're coming. 758-5565.
All right, Floyd, I know she's got a big special going on tomorrow. Tell them about it at Ziggy
Yeah,
B.
man. I got that low country boy going back on again tomorrow, and got that low country boy. You get your shrimp, you get your sausage, you get your potatoes, you get your onions, you get all your good stuff in there in one package. You call and tell her what you want. Tell her how many you want. She'll have them ready for you when you walk in the door. In there, I think it's $12.99 special in there for the low country boy. You can't beat a deal like that, and you can't find no fresher seafood nowhere in the United States of America unless you're standing on the dock when the boat comes in than what she's got right there to sell to you. And she's gonna stand behind what she sells. Everything gonna be good. And she's got steaks in there. You go in there and tell her what kind of steak you want. If you want an inch ribeye, if you want a 2-inch fillet, or if you want an inch and a quarter ribeye, she cut it off for you right there. Hand carved steaks right there on site. Give you what you want. Everything's good. Everything, you ain't gonna have to be worried about nothing that don't taste good when you leave that place right there. Go see Ziggy B's Seafood Market there in Colquitt, Georgia. Go in there and look for Miss Ansley. She'll be in there. Miss Ansley Bracewell. She'll be in there waiting on you. She'll be handling everything. Anything you need in the seafood line, she's got it for you. Call if you got a special party, anything going on, need a bunch of stuff. She can have it ready for you whenever you get ready. 229-254-7115. Right there in Colquitt, Georgia, right next to that big old Ford dealership that's right there in Colquitt, Georgia, right across the street there from the world famous attorney Ronald H. Rentz. Everybody knows where his office is, right across there, right there kind of where the old IGA used to be in Colquitt, Georgia. It's on, what is that? That's on Main Street. It's going to be on West Main Street in Colquitt, Georgia. Y'all look her up, do some business with her. Tell her you heard about her on the Dirt Road Sports and the Charlie Platt Show.
And hey, go ahead and text her tonight if you want to reserve a plate. I think she's taking texts or calls for reserving your plate. That's her number, 254-7115. If you want a plate tomorrow night, go ahead and text her, give her your name and how many you want, and she will hook you up. Hey, a brand new sponsor right here, Bubba's Bread and Bucket, made right here in the great United States of America. Food safe way to bread your fish, your quail, your chicken, whatever you might need to meal. It's got the sifter in the bottom, the sorter in the bottom. It's got a screw-on lid that will not come off. They sell these at Bass Pro Shop. They sell them at other places, but I promise you will not get a better built one anywhere than right in Colquitt, Georgia, made locally by our good friend Bubba at Bubba's Bread and Bucket. Now, that number right there, that's a direct link to the manufacturer. All you got to do is call that number, 400-229-400-5241. Tell him what you want. He will hook you up. He'll figure out how to get it to you. Call him direct. Tell him, say, hey, I heard about it. I saw it on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and I just had to have me one of those Bubba's Bread and Bucket. Tell him you appreciate him being a sponsor of our show. Hey, guys, listen, it's made right here in America. That's what I love about it. Made in Southwest Georgia. Let's support our local American-made, Southern-made products, and let's do it by supporting these small businesses that make and manufacture these. And hey, listen, I promise you, you will not be sad. You can put that thing and carry it with you to the lake, and when you're going camping, wherever you have a fish fry, quail fry, whatever, it'll be the easiest way you have ever breaded anything that you put in a fryer. Give him a call. Bubba's Bread and Bucket, 229-400-5241. Call him right now and order you one. Guys, it is time right now for our weekly trivia time, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, the southwest corner of the square. They do custom t-shirts, custom embroidery. They do tumblers. They do car tags. They do all kinds of items custom made right there at 109 West College Street in Colquitt, Georgia. And they are the proud sponsor each week of the trivia time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And the winner tonight will receive a logo enameled coffee mug, campfire mug from Southern Hissy Fits as the prize. What we need you to do is text your name and the correct answer to 229-254-5060. 229-254-5060. The correct name and your correct answer. The first person to do that. All right, here's what I'm looking for. A man's name. He was a 6th grade dropout who was a stock car racing driver and a carpenter by trade, who went on to radio at the age of 40 to tell a story about catching the largest fish he had ever seen in his hometown of Cumming, Georgia. Who was the 6th grade dropout that was a stock car racing driver and carpenter by trade, who went on to radio at the age of 40 and told a story about catching the largest fish ever seen in his hometown of Cumming, Georgia? What famous person are we talking about? Boy, they came out of the woodwork on that one. Done got a correct answer and hadn't even finished the question. I got a winner right here. Do y'all know who it was?
Tell us.
Well, do you know who it was? Take a guess.
Listen to this. Listen to this, Marvin. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're not gonna believe this. None of y'all are gonna believe this. That popped up this afternoon when I asked a question on the line, a trivia question, and it popped up somehow or another. I know who it is. It popped Junior Samples. That's who it is. I started to send it. I don't think I sent it to you. I started to send it to you.
Oh,
I didn't send it to you, did I?
no, you didn't.
You and I were looking at the same thing at the same time.
Yes.
That's crazy, ain't it? But Junior Samples, I looked at you. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah, he told a story on the radio about a fish that he caught, and they found him. I mean, the TV folks found him, and he was a star from then on.
That's it. Our winner tonight, Mr. Bill Edmonds. Mr. Bill, if you will, you were the first one. If you will, send your address, and we'll drop that in the mail to you. But the winner, the name was Junior Samples. That's odd. Yeah. That is weird.
Yeah. I was looking at it this afternoon.
Yeah.
Almighty, man. This is too weird, him boy. Oh man, me and Marvin thinking alike in there. Coming
in. I'm scared now.
Yeah, there's some things I wouldn't admit to, Floyd.
That's pretty dangerous right there.
Yeah,
you're right.
I don't look to.
What you think, Queasel?
I wouldn't tell it. I wouldn't tell it. That's like
I had to.
Oh.
All right, it's been a week or so since actually 2 weeks, I think, since we've been able to do this. How this works, for those of you that are watching, I toss a question that's going on in the news. It may be an odd question, and to one of the panelists here, Queasel, Charlie, and Floyd, and get their reactions in 60 seconds or less. Got some interesting ones here. All right, Charlie, I'll go to you first. Coffee chain local to Portland, Oregon, announced it is closing its downtown location due to extreme violence and criminal activities its employees have endured. 60 seconds of comments on that news article this week.
Portland, Oregon. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Professor Floyd, but that is a Democrat-controlled city in our country.
Just like it right there, baby. Just like it.
Yeah, got the love going on out there, and
Tolerance.
tolerance. And what is there to say? Look at Chicago. Look at San Francisco. Look at New York City. Look at all of these big towns and cities around the country that are controlled by Democrats. Democrat mayor, therefore the police chief, and this and that and the other just fall into line with the Joe Biden crowd. That's what you're going to get.
Well, the article right above that was this on CNN.com: why Walmart is closing half of its stores in Chicago.
Same thing.
Yeah. And in San Francisco, they're closing some out there in San Francisco because they can't have any order. Folks just come in there, grab what they want, and walk out the door, and nobody says nothing to them. Nothing.
Yep.
It is what it is, boys.
All
Coming to
right.
America.
All right, Queasel, this is another article. Now, again, you can Google all of these and fact check us on this. But these are real news articles. This was last Friday. Swimming star Riley Gaines was speaking at San Francisco State University and was assaulted by a mob of transgender people because she is normal, quote unquote. She's a normal person. She's not a transgender person. And they were angry that she stood for the I guess the Judeo-Christian, the normal values, and they attacked her physically and assaulted her at San Francisco State University.
Well, first of all, good for her. I'm glad she done it. She ought to have done it. Second thing, they ought to turn her loose, and she probably would have whooped every one of them butt. What because if a man can't make it as a man, how do you think he's gonna make it as a woman? She done whooped all the women. She probably could whoop half the men. That girl was an athlete, and she didn't have to make believe. She didn't have to identify as anything else. She identified as a champion because that's what she was, and she got it because she busted her butt all her life and trained from the time she was a child until she got to college, and it paid off. And every trophy and every award she got, she earned. She didn't go to none of them meets where everybody that participated got a trophy. If you jumped in the water, you got in a trophy. She went to them swim meets where if you didn't get first, second, or third, you went to the house. And that's the way it ought to be. But more power to her. I would be ashamed if I was any type of university to allow that to happen. I heard a little bit about it. I didn't hear much of it, and I certainly didn't know you were going to ask me about it. But it is a crying shame when a police department comes on the air and admits that they had to lock her in the room and they were scared to do anything about it for two reasons. Number one, they might have to hurt somebody, or number two, that they might get fired or put in jail. That's the kind of world that we live in. More power to her. She needs to go get them. And I'm just gonna quit because I got to teach Sunday school Sunday. I'm gonna quit.
She's a patriot, is what she is. I mean,
all this morning, the San Francisco mayor is blaming San Francisco's demise on a media hype. They have overhyped the sensation of how bad it is in San Francisco, and that's what's causing San Francisco to lose population and lose money.
Let me tell you about San Francisco. San Francisco is so bad they move in the gas siphoning contest from out there next year. They ain't even gonna have it in San Francisco. They moving it slap out. It ain't, I don't know where they're gonna have it, but it ain't gonna be in San Francisco.
yeah, gas siphoning is the least of their worries in San Francisco.
They moving it. They gone. They gone. They ain't out there no more.
All right, Floyd. The title of your article is "There Are Some Whack Women in This World." And here, white,
white.
WHACK women in this world. There's some wacko women in this.
Wacko. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
All right, here's the quote from the article. Being convicted of murdering your wife and son might put a damper on your dating life unless you're Alex Murdaugh. The disgraced South Carolina attorney has reportedly been inundated with love letters and friendship offers from a fleet of potential suitors, including women from Missouri, Louisiana, Florida, and Tennessee, according to the local news outlet.
Insanity has no bounds. Lunatics have no bounds. You can't keep them where they are. They move around.
no.
They move around. And any woman, what I would do if I was a woman that wrote Alex Murdaugh a letter, anything, I would try my best to get in prison so I could be in the same prison he's in, so we can marry one another. You know, I mean, she can pretend to be a man and be in the same prison he's in, or he can pretend to be a woman and he can be in a woman's prison, and they can get together and they can marry and live happily ever after. More power to them. See, here's what needs to happen. More lunatics need to hook up with one another than a lunatic and a sane person try to hook up, because that ain't gonna work. But two lunatics hook up together, you can bet that their demise is gonna be pretty quick. It's gonna be massive, and it's gonna be sudden.
What you say, Floyd? Like-minded people.
Like-minded people hook up with
Like-minded
him.
people.
Yeah, find him. Yeah, kill somebody or do something. You know, go rob a bank. Don't kill nobody. Go rob a bank. Throw a brick through a post office window or something, and so you can get in prison and be with him, and then y'all can be together and live happily ever
After.
I tell you, if y'all want to have an interesting conversation, let's call up Anheuser-Busch and ask them how all that
how's that deal going with y'all?
and all that stuff is working for them. Let's give him a call.
Yeah, how's your transvestite working out for you?
Yeah.
Hey, $6.5 billion loss
Yeah. Let's give him a
in
call.
2 days.
Good.
6.5 billion.
With a B. Mhm.
That's right.
I hope they don't
That's
never
right.
sell another one. I told my landscaping professional is,
Oh God.
he's a Bud Light aficionado. I told him, I went and picked him up the other morning, and I seen his boxes in his yard that he hadn't burned up yet. And I told him,
Banana boxes.
huh?
Banana boxes.
Yeah, no, they were the butt light boxes.
Like,
Not Bud Light, but Bud Light boxes. I told him the story on that. I told him, I said, look here, man. I said, your beer folks has got a man pretending to be a woman that's selling their beer. He said, you see, look at this bushes right there. I cut the bushes down yesterday. He didn't want to talk about it. I said, no, wait a minute. Let's talk about the Bud Light with the man, transvestite man. He said, I work at that house over there yesterday. I give up on it. I will leave.
What?
I brought him on over
What
here.
about
I'm gonna let him cut grass.
what about Nike, boys?
Oh, Nike
just
worse
as
than they
bad.
are. Yeah, Nike got him
Yeah.
hired. They got him hired to sell women's bras.
How can-
Yeah.
Nike
let me
has
ask
got
you.
him hired a transvestite to sell women's bras. So any of you women walking around with a Nike tennis shoe or a Nike t-shirt or a Nike headband, you look like a fool. I go ahead and tell you, you are a fool.
What?
Amen.
Give me one reason why a man would want to buy a woman's sports bra.
No, they advertising it for the women to buy. He's advertising women
Women is buying. Wait a
They
minute now, hold it. They
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
man advertising a bra for a woman to buy.
and modeling it.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
look-
man,
how
that crazy.
good it
I
looks.
thought they was.
Floyd, you know Reverend Johnson, when them white t-shirts, they have one bosom sticking out of each. He wouldn't even buy one of them from him, would he?
He got more bosom than that man got. Reverend Johnson he got 4 times more bosom. That Reverend Johnson got bosom about like Stormy Daniels.
Woo. Oh.
They Hey, I know that hurt. I know that's gonna hit some of y'all out there, but it's a fact.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
Uh,
Woo.
That's pretty good
Y'all
right
know
there
who Stormy Daniels is? On y'all folks out there know who Stormy
now.
Oh, God.
You reckon she's got one of them shirts like the Reverend wearing?
Yeah, she got one. Yeah, she got one like you wear. Yeah, I guarantee she got one. She wear it. She wear it for her britches. You okay, Marvin?
I don't know if I'm gonna be all right or not on that one.
You don't come back. You don't come back from that one.
Woo.
Oh man! All right, let's go on to the short list here.
Go to the show.
It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
All right, thank you. Thank you, TC, for sponsoring us. Hope you're looking in. Hope you tuned in tonight, man. We hope you're well. I want to give out a shout out to one of our old buddies that he ain't feeling good right now. Y'all keep him in your thoughts and prayers. One of the finest, man. He's one of the superstars, if you will, of the car business. One of the superstars, a Hall of Fame member of the Car Salesman of America, Mr. Buddy C. Chambers. Old friend of ours that we've known him for our whole life. He's feeling a little puny right now. So y'all, when you lay down at night and talk to the Lord, y'all tell him, say, yeah, touch old buddy C there, Lord. Help him get him through this challenge he's going through, him and his wife Peggy. We know you can do it, and we counting on you. We're going to go ahead and depend on that. We're going to go ahead and claim that right now, dear Lord, that you're going to be with Buddy C and Miss Peggy and going to get them through this little challenge that they're going through right now.
That's right.
But anyway, let's go ahead with our short list and our short stories. Man, please, I tell you what, I really had to draw down on it this week. I've been busy this week, been doing a lot of working, been busy, been going here and going yonder. And just ain't really had a whole lot of time to contribute, focus on it, but I've got a little something come up here with. Here's one right here that I'm going to start out with this one. I have two of my favorite people in the world to include on my short list, including Barry Barack Hussein Obama and Michael Michelle Obama, including them two. Let me start back over. Including Barry Barack Hussein Obama and Michael Michelle Obama. People on Martha's Vineyard that know how to dig a post hole. That's funny to me. Hey, y'all may not think it's funny but out there. Some of y'all watch it out there. Some of you Democrats watch it, but it's funny to me. Here one right here. Number of solar panels on Barry Barack Hussein Obama's and Michael Michelle Obama's Martha's Vineyard and Hawaiian beach homes. Solar panel. Y'all take me a picture of those solar panels from the satellite. You get it from a satellite and show me. Send me some pictures of them solar panels and them windmills in their yard, if you will. You want right here, federal agents, FBI, all them kind of folks that are not Democrats. Every one of them Democrat. Every one of them to do what they do. Every federal agent is a Democrat. Do what they do and get away with it. If not for Donald Trump, news stories that the mainstream media could cover. I mean, what for Trump? Everything's Trump. Go tune in to MSNBC in the morning. See what they're gonna tell you. See who they're gonna talk about. Here's one: criminals in Democrat-run cities that are afraid of being locked up.
Ooh.
Talked about that just a minute ago. They got it. They open range, man, free range. Here, come on in here and get it. We done bought it and paid for it, and you here. Hey, come on in here, come on in here. What do you call it? A whale poacher and a whale wisher. Come on in here, get you some money. All right, y'all listen to me now. Y'all gonna have to listen to. You're gonna have to bear with me on this one and the next one. I'm gonna get together there. Here's one. I'm gonna go ahead and go do. Here's a complete list. This is very short list right here. Very, very short. Complete list of Hunter Biden's morning devotionals. What y'all think the first thing he does every morning when he wake up? What's the first thing he do? What's the first thing Hunter Biden do every morning when he wake up?
He got to change his diaper.
He got to change his daddy's diaper. That's the first thing he got to do. He don't do that. No, they got folks trying to do that. Hunter ain't gonna do that. Hunter got something. He got somebody's bed still there that he get hook me up. I gotta have an eye opener. Y'all bear with me now. Did I do this? Yeah, I did that. Las Vegas showgirls that wear higher heels and shorter skirts than the Fox News girls.
Woo.
What you think? Huh? I'm gonna come back with you nothing now here now. Y'all Democrats ain't off the hook yet. Y'all say, oh yeah, look at you. What is that? Bipartisan. Short skirts and stiletto high heels that would look good on the women on MSNBC. Y'all imagine some of them women dressing up like them Fox babes. Can you imagine what they would look like?
Can you imagine Hillary Clinton?
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. His last one included his bladder and his bowels, things that Joe Biden has any control over. Thank y'all. That's it for tonight.
There you go. There you heard it. Go with
You
another.
heard it. You heard it from right.
Listening to Creation and Compound.
That's a terrible sound, right? You know what else is terrible? Folks not hearing about a message of hope. Do me a favor. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on our podcast episodes. Now, if you know somebody that might enjoy this episode, please copy and paste our link and send their way. Who knows? Sharing that link might help them experience a new sound.
You're listening to Creation Campus.
Oh, and your cousin from up in Gainesville said, "Are the women on The View dressing like the Fox women?"
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg in stilettos and a short skirt.
I can't imagine it, man. I can't imagine it.
No, don't want to.
You know when they first got that first Chinese balloon, they got it. You know they first thought that was Whoopi Goldberg's clothes.
Could have fit her. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
All right, Charlie, take it away.
And we talked about this a little bit earlier. You know, the only thing you can trust with the Weather Channel is if Jim Cantore comes to your hometown, you better run because the weather will be bad there. But they talked about it's going to flood around here today and over southwest Georgia and northwest Florida. And we got a little sprinkling. And that was about it. But got another good chance of rain coming in on Sunday. Clear out a couple of days or a day and a night, a little bit cooler temperatures, and then we're right back up in those 80s when we get to mid and late week next week. So it's another roller coaster ride. Enjoy it tomorrow and Saturday. Get ready for some rain Saturday night, Sunday. And with that, let me say this. I saw United States Congressman Barry Moore, 2nd Congressional Congressman, state of Alabama, He was home from Washington, meeting with some constituents. Just by chance, met with him yesterday for a few minutes. He's the real deal. I believe he's the real deal. Didn't have a lot of big money supporting him, but he won, and he was the first person, elected official in the country, to endorse Donald Trump for president. He's got a couple of things working for him like that, but he is so concerned about what's happening in this country, especially with the fact of what's going on with China and Russia and things like that. And I don't think we all know how close we could be to conflicts. And the three-letter word we like to avoid, war, could be just around the corner. Pray for this nation. That's the only hope we have. I want to say this right quick. Sunday, Marvin had a great Resurrection Day sermon. Special music by the Thomas family was absolutely phenomenal. And then I went over to the Moby Dick. Had to have something to eat. And where else but in the Garden of Eden, Colquitt, Georgia, could you get a good sermon, good music, and then get a meal like they serve over there? And in the background, instead of some music, boom, 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 that you don't understand, I heard George Jones singing, Jesus Hold My Hand. George Jones. Hank Williams, I Saw the Light in the background, followed by Alan Jackson, Softly and Tenderly, on an Easter Sunday, eating a meal. You can't beat that, folks.
That's
You
right.
just can't beat that. Queasel?
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, thank y'all for letting us come in tonight. I hate I missed y'all last week, but here tonight, enjoyed it, had a good time. Floyd was on it tonight, boy. He had it going on. That was a very vivid description of Pencil Johnson and his shirt there. I enjoyed that pretty good. That'll be one for the memory. But we do appreciate y'all letting us come in there. And I don't know where y'all figure this out or not, but we pretty much talking to one another. We ain't really talking. We just having a conversation. If we sat down to eat supper, this is exactly what we'd be doing. Exact conversation you just heard. None of it's rehearsed. We ain't got no idea what question Marvin fit to throw at us. I'm worried about him and Floyd. They go to thinking about the trivia question at the same time. That worries me. But here's what I ain't worried about. You know, I'm sorry that our nation has turned out like it has. I am. It bothers me. But I am not sorry that I'm not a citizen of it. You see, my citizenship's in heaven. What they do in the United States, that's up to them. My name's on the book in heaven. And my Bible tells me that I need to be concerned with the things up above, not the things here. So while I want us to get better, I hope y'all realize we only have one hope, and that's Jesus Christ. And the only way that we can talk to him is we can pray. Floyd tells you every week before you go home, go to bed at night, what to do. And you might think that he don't hear you when you pray, but let me tell you, he hears every mumbled word you say, every thought. And when you don't know how to pray, he sends the Holy Spirit to intercede for you, to pray for you. God knows when your heart's troubled. Our nation is in a mess. We need to fix it. These people we talk about, they got to be, they've gotten off on the wrong path. We can't hate them. We got to love them. We got to pray for them, and we got to ask God to bring them back in and get them back straight on the right path that they need to be in. So let's do our part as Bible believing Christians. Let's stand up for what's right. Let's make a stand, but let's do it in a way that He would be proud of us for what we do. And let's pray for one another. Let's learn to love one another, and we can bring our nation back one person at a time. And that's what we got to do. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Floyd, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you again. Remind you again tonight. Exercise your Second Amendment rights always. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And when you lay down at night and go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you start thanking God for what He's done for you today, and you'll be asleep and you'll still be thanking Him. Good night, y'all.
Guys, thank y'all for inviting us into your home tonight. You know we love you. Appreciate y'all sticking with us. We're celebrating our 3rd year anniversary right here on Facebook and YouTube. Maybe you got some friends and family don't know about us. Invite them to join our show on Thursday nights right here live on Facebook. You know Sunday's coming. You know what I'm going to tell you. If you can, go to church. Go worship the Lord. Our scripture this week is from the book of Psalm. Man is like a breath. His days are like a fleeting shadow. But for those of us who are in Christ, we are promised eternal life. And I want to tell you, He died for you on the cross of Calvary, and we celebrated the risen Lord this past weekend. And for that and that alone, can we sit here and we tell you that we love life and we're concerned about what's going on. But hey, one day when it's all going to pass away, we're going to be in a land of perfect peace. And I hope you go
Amen.
to that same place. Guys, we love y'all. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We're going to be right back here next week. Same place, same time. More of the same stuff, more different stuff, more shenanigans. Might even talk a little bit more about Reverend Johnson's bosoms. Y'all have a good week. No matter what you do in life, y'all always be particular. Good night,
Good
y'all.
night.
See
See
ya.
y'all.
See.